And we're back with some more dangerous SCPs. Some of these still at large, others have been taken care of. Although most neutralized SCPs have a funny way of making it back into the rotation, don't they? Wouldn't be much of a threat if they just died and stayed dead, right? Plus, how boring would it be if they were taken down and there were no after effects? Hello, horror heads, and welcome back to the Scariest channel on YouTube, Top 5 Scary Videos. I'm your horror host, Keegan Hughes, and today we're going to be counting down the top 5 SCP Monsters Too Dangerous to Be Left Alive, Part 2. You might recognize some of these, as the most dangerous also tend to be the most notorious. If you're looking for lesser known entities, our other SCP series might interest you. Before we get started, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more high stakes humanoids. Perfect, let's begin. Coming in at number 5, we got SCP-3810. Now this is an unprecedented scenario. An SCP that was actually neutralized. Taken down, destroyed, killed. Holy smokes. Except it only kind of was, technically. See, 3810 itself wasn't the monster. There was a 3810-1 that absolutely wrecked San Francisco like some sort of Pacific Rim kaiju, but that was subsequently taken down. But that's not the whole story. Yes, 3810-1 was dangerous enough for the US military to raise multiple city blocks via airstrike. Yes, it was so large and destructive that it was about impossible to control the spread of information about it. And yes, a STING weapon was also brought out to essentially nuke San Francisco and 850,000 of its residents. And yes, now the Foundation does keep little pieces of it in sealed containers at an undisclosed location. But that is only part of what happened. 3810 is actually a collective designation for a series of events that resulted in the creation of a parallel reality called 22-A. After the big amphibious beastie was taken out, the Foundation had to act fast to mitigate the effects. So they fired up a CXX reality restoration device and made a whole new world where the attack never even happened. Except there's lots of issues with it. And they didn't fully expect everyone to be shifted into a new reality. And there is the possibility that it could all happen again. So while not technically alive, 3810 is a dangerous run of events. And 3810-1 needs to be killed always. Coming in at number 4, we got SCP-343. If someone tells you they're God, you assume they're mentally ill, right? Like, having a God complex usually comes with having little regard for lives other than your own, and sociopathic, if not psychopathic, tendencies. So when a dude just showed up at the Foundation and claimed to be the almighty one, somebody should have tried to take him down. Well, actually that did happen, but nobody talks about it anymore. And the guy who attempted to confront the purported God has disappeared. I mean, he's not causing too much trouble right now. 343 just comes and goes as he pleases, not that anyone could do anything about it. He's furnished his cell with luxurious furniture and just chats with anyone who's around. With knowledge of all topics and a general ability to lift the moods of people nearby, he's never short of willing conversation partners. So in the end, we're left with two options. Option 1, he's God. This is rough, because there's not much you can do about it at that point. Although humanity does have this bad habit of always killing God in one way or another, so take that as you will. Option 2, he's a crazy strong reality bender, and he loves to make people believe that he's an omnipotent deity. What's the difference anyway? If that's the case, he's harmless for now, but what if one day he decides we're not worth his time anymore? Or what if he's already decided that and put us into a state of suspension, living in a simulation, not bothering him ever? Someone's gotta sick another more loyal reality bender up. Or just accept that we're essentially forever subservient to a very chill, very manipulative person with a complex. Coming in at number 3, we've got SCP-106. Most people will hear the words dangerous old man and just assume the problem will take care of itself in due time. Old age, heart failure, a penchant for dark liquor, you do the math. However, SCP-106 is not that kind of dangerous old man. It is much, much worse. This rotten-bodied dimension hopper can climb on anything, remain upside down for an indefinite amount of time, move through solid matter, track corrosive sludge everywhere, and cause the breakdown of anything and everything it touches. This is especially dangerous when it touches anything organic, as it is even more destructive to living tissue. After a fair deal of observation, most agree that this is a pre-digestive measure of sorts. You see, 106 loves to hunt people. This isn't out of necessity, it doesn't require any nutrients. Hunting humans is an enjoyable, desirable task for 106. It doesn't take them down quickly either. It likes to play with it, dragging them into pocket dimensions and making them roam around, injured. Some believe that it has full control over time and space in there too. In order to keep it from hunting at will, the Foundation employs a pretty gruesome tactic. They will routinely break people's femurs and broadcast their pained screams over the PA system to lure in 106. So if the old man is out and about, you gotta rev up the femur breaker. Ideally, this wouldn't be necessary at all, but no one's been able to kill 106 as of yet. Coming in at number 2, we've got SCP-239. Now, I know it's controversial to say, but I think we should kill this 8-year-old child. No, don't burn me at the stake, at least not for this. Okay, let's discuss why this small human should die. 239 is constantly emitting waves that are harmless in low concentrations but can break down matter on a subatomic level if they get to be too much. This on its own is bad, but she's got more powers than that. Technically, she has the power to do anything, and not in the cheesy, inspirational way. She can literally do anything that she expresses the will to do. If she wants a chocolate sundae with extra cherries, boom, there it is. Maybe the family dog is barking too much. Bang, now it's a cat. She doesn't like the look of that building? Well, now it's gone along with everyone in it. And she's 8. Not exactly an age known for their critical thinking and calm demeanor. Some notes on this power. She can do anything, but only when she's conscious, and she can only affect herself and her immediate surroundings. So the motto is more like, if she can see it, she can change it. And at this point, nobody is willing to test the limits of this, which is probably a good call. Test her too much and a whole lot could go wrong, especially because 239 can create and affect living matter. Do you want to deal with 300 giraffes because the 8-year-old has decided she loves them so much and also has realized that she can spawn them at will? Or maybe you want to explain to the newly widowed woman where her husband went. Oh wait, you can't, because a magical little girl wished him away for being mean. We say that she's too dangerous to be left alive, but getting rid of her has proved to be quite a challenge too. Having basic self-preservation instincts means that she's virtually invincible while conscious. Nothing can hurt her, with the exception being SCP-148, a very special type of metal held by the Foundation. At this point, all we can do is keep on keeping on, which in the current moment looks like continuing to convince her that she's a witch. At least that way she doesn't realize the scope of her powers and continues to use the pre-approved spells that the Foundation has given her. Helps morale too. Now, I'm not the only one saying she's too dangerous to be left alive. Dr. Clef thinks so too, and he's actually made a proposal involving the creation of a piercing implement from SCP-148 and killing her in her sleep. And well, you can read up on how that went. Definitely not the way anybody expected anyways. Oh, Kondraki. And lastly, at number 1, we've got SCP-096. A fan favorite and a thorn in the Foundation's side. SCP-096 is colloquially known as the Shy Guy. Don't conjure up any imagery of short, colorful, masked creatures from the Marioverse though. This thing is much more sinister and much more shy. 096 is a grotesque, lanky humanoid with an unhinging jaw. Super pale, no body hair, and lacking any signs of higher brain function, this should be easy to deal with. In fact, it's usually really calm and docile, spending its days pacing around in a dark cell. However, if anybody views its face by any means, including photos, videos, and in person, it will become distressed. This distress will lead 096 to cover its face with its hands and start screaming, crying, and babbling. After a couple minutes of this, it will run towards whoever saw it, and it can really run fast. It doesn't matter where the person saw the face, 096 will know, and it will track them down. That person's essentially marked for death. Once 096 arrives, it will kill its target, leaving no trace. Afterwards, as long as nobody else saw its face, 096 will become calm again. But some of you might have already put some of the pieces together and realized that if 096 were to run into a densely populated area, there would be carnage. Thousands of people viewing it directly. It's a lot of folks marked for death. So shouldn't someone just take it down? The military, a mobile task force? It has been attempted, but 096 has proven to be very resilient. MTF members have seen it take anti-tank rounds to the chest and keep moving. Head-on attacks often cause it to lose flesh, but sustain no real structural damage. Because of this extreme hardiness and potential to wipe out entire city centers, a Foundation doctor petitioned for 096's termination. This was eventually approved, but due to some very questionable actions. What kind of sacrifices need to be made to take down something like this? And how do you end up killing something you can't look at and can't truly hurt? It's left ambiguous in the file, so I ask you, what do you think happened to 096? Wouldn't you sleep a little better if these monsters were put to rest? Eternal rest? Well, you may not get that wish granted anytime soon. Or maybe they gain full control over 239 and have her run security. Who knows? Let me know if there are any other SCPs that need to be taken down in the comments. Speaking of comments, let's take a look at some of your more buff ones from the top 5 scary Lovecraftian monsters that should never escape. Lasagna says, Golinak is just the physical form of Rule 34. He's gotta be behind it. I can't think of any other reason for Garfield Rule 34 to exist. Just has to be the god of depravity. Alana says, snakes! I love snakes. Me and Yig would get along just fine. Maybe he'd let me become one of his enforcers for the time when he's asleep. Well, would you want to be a full-on snake or a half-person, half-snake? If that's the case, what half would you want to be snake? Top or bottom? Frank Castle says, more like top 5 entries to release upon foolish humans. Well, that was our working title, but it wasn't playing too well with advertisers. Doom Guy the Doomslayer says, I'll keep him locked up. Thousands of Hellspawn and Cosmic Terrors would disagree, but I believe in you, Doom Guy. And Funky Lobster says, the true, scariest cosmic horror is the George Costanza photo on the wall. Well, seduction has always been terrifying. It has taken down empires and ruined the most powerful of people. And that's all the time we have for today. Before I receive my shipment of pure uranium, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe for more brutal beasts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.